get rid of him though. Okay. Nice. That was a little dicey, but it worked out okay. Yeah, I mean, there are aspects where food... it used to be sort of interesting in speedruns when I was doing summoners with Sif, how food was so critical, because her channeling takes a lot of food. And when I was doing those attempts, it was a huge issue. Also, due to contam chunks at the time, which some of my older runs, since you couldn't safely eat contam chunks, it was even more difficult to manage it. So it was... How many rations I got was a major factor in how well the run was going. If I got too few, it just wasn't viable because I would have to slow down so much. But even for casual games, putting aside any kind of speedrun stuff, yeah, I mean, even in most speedruns, food is really not too big of a factor. That particular issue is mostly gone now that Sif doesn't use... her ability is duration based, so you don't use nearly so much food. But I want a box. The box is a little bit better at my Evo profile. But I had to burn one. What do we got? Anything going on here? That Elementalist was kind of clutch. He made the fight a little bit more interesting than what it would have been otherwise. Kobolds will never be removed. I mean, Kobold's the carnivore thing is, yeah, for them being spellcasters, it's kind of nice because they have less food costs to worry about since they have access to essentially, gourmand. I think they literally do have innate gourmand. Beep, boop, bop. What are we doing? Oh. BaWn of Dig, which I don't need. And sack of spiders. What can I get out of this? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. At 8 Evo, it's just kind of not enough to really justify it. The beasts that you get can do a little bit more. But I feel like you kind of want... I mean, you can kill some things with soldier ants, but and that can be useful as like cover, but it's not as good. Somewhere around 12, the sack starts really consistently making the higher level spiders, so that's a little bit nicer. But the box is pretty decent even at as low as 8. There's 15 invo. I guess we'll revisit it at 25. Human hunter. Likes ranged combat. What's good and what's bad? Yeah, I mean, when we design stuff, we like it so that if players do make decisions based on what's good and what's bad, that's kind of a fun decision to make, and that they can make that decision, and that there is like an actual decision. But it's true, you don't have to be super optimal in crawl to do well in it. It's pretty forgiving. poor guys. You poor ugly things. You spawned in the wrong location. This really should have no monster gen in this vault. That's a bug. He's trying to meme. UV, I always tell you, pick like just one meme at a time. You always go all in on like at least two, and that's where you lose your audience. Looks like your hentais. Come on, Che. You removed the vaginal canal, Che. You removed it literally from the vault, but figuratively you removed it from your mind as well. The obsession has come to an end. Remove the vaginal canal from your mind, Che. I got some kills with, oh. Probably should move that off dot, that's annoying. This guy, the first one to die in the bubble. My transporter vault. It was just some sort of like speed run. Wow, Schwer, really? They're fun. I like playing humans a lot. And yes, I do tend to train. I mean, I do hybridize more with them than I do other species, but even this guy's got a little bit of a spread of skills. He's got Invo, he's got Evo, he's got, of course, spellcasting charms, necro, translocations. I was thinking about possibly doing some summons because I am getting pretty low on those Nem decks. And I'm +2 aptitude, so that is still up in the air. I have really good defensive skills. Damn, my AC climbed even higher. Armor skill really does add up. And, what was I gonna do? This other one. Yeah, this guy. This was a good TV. This guy got the version of the bubble that's got a bunch of transporters on the inside that you can kind of roulette through, but he didn't really use them. But I made the vault so that there's no monsters ever in LOS, assuming that the monsters haven't woken up, which they could because it's just a stone wall. But in this case, they hadn't. And he moved one tile off the stairs, and then monsters came into view. It's got a pretty open layout, that variant, because it's got transporters for them to shuffle between inside the vault. And he got a basilisk, and it proceeded to petrify him. And he survived the petrify actually fairly okay. I think he lost like a third or maybe up to half his HP. And then he's like running into the loot chamber. And he's taking a lot of hits, and this vampire mosquito is sort of like whacking on him. And he gets down to pretty low HP, and he pops off a teleport after he grabs his manual of throwing, which obviously is pretty nice for a troll, but he died before the teleport went off. It was a good TV. He was greedy. He did exactly what the vault wanted him to do. That's one of the problems with it, though, is that I can't actually guarantee that anything reasonable generates as loot for the vault. I might have to increase it just a little bit, because it only places 2 superb items, and the odds that one of those is going to make something relevant is pretty small, and the player can actually see the stuff ahead of time. There we go. Thanks, Nem. Oh, and it has finally happened. The Koreans now have new tomb, and they already have... I haven't watched the TV of that, but one of them has already died. It's gross, Che. That's really gross. I do not think that was what the vault designer had in mind. That was not the lore that they were going for. I can't prove it, but I am nearly certain. Forgot to add no monster gen. Jeez, Nem. I've got recharging. What do I want to recharge? Clouds is decent. I do have... I wonder how good Scattershot is. I guess I'm going to hold on to it for now, but recharging is interesting now. It's like less exciting than it was, but at the same time, these top tier wands are really strong. Now I have Nem, so I don't need them as much, but they're really nice in that they're a hell of a lot more reliable than Nem is. I can use them like point blank, which is a big deal. With Nem's stuff, if I did more triple draw, I probably could actually. I probably am underutilizing triple draw. Oh god, you. Don't blink. Hateful thing. You can't dig out trees, can you, Mr. Earth Mage? Can you? Sucks for you, buddy. God. Inventory cost is real. Oh man. I like to keep BaWn around. I'm just gonna drop Ambrosia. Guess I'm gonna have to start using some of these damn decks. There's the man. The bird. The legend. Why is that on S? Oh boy. Nem is going into full gift mode right now. What does this have? Alright, the cloud and the cloud. You know, I'll drop this one. It's not that good. Box of Beast, nice. Buy them all. Hello, friends. Whoa, where did he go? Wow, one-shot that dude. Got wrecked. Like, where did you disappear to, friend? What if that freaks out the trolls when they see me take like one slice and kill their religious leader? Nice. I'll take that. Kill Bogart. Oh no, don't. He can't blink. There we go. Oh shit. Okay. Didn't really mean to do what I just did there, but we'll take it. Oh, this lich. Maybe we'll go up. Man. Oh, what? Let me, oh, whatever. Nice. Good job, Team Summons. I mean, they do have great aptitudes. Now, they're not particularly strong overall because they've got slowness plus, like, a bigger LOS. So, early on, they're pretty vulnerable. They do have, like, kind of, quote-unquote, power aptitudes, so they get going pretty fast, but slow movement is really dangerous at first. So... I think the main point that is to have some kind of like fun positioning ability plus limitations is supposed to be what it's about, not so much difficulty. Oh, is this the Sith vault? Yeah. Pretty sure. This is either Sith or Ve, I forget which, but I think it's... Okay, yeah, I got you, buddy. Yeah, I don't think he would. I don't think Pleasing Fungus was going anywhere. I mean, as far as like just to sit out to win a game, they would be fairly weak. Not the weakest by any stretch, but being slow is gonna. The C Blink ability is still a pretty nice escape ability. So I guess I haven't really sat down to think about just exactly how strong they are with the ability to do a leap like that, but it is pretty variable. And you can only use it once in some kind of dangerous fight. So if you run into something that you really can't kill and you get a bad hop, but they'll feel like a fairly strong race overall because you do have, you know, average HP, XL, and other features, but you've got some pretty above average aptitudes, most importantly fighting and armor. But also they've got a couple of schools where they're good too. +2 summons is pretty crazy. +2 ice and +1 conj. Battered seas. Going to be an ancient lich in here if I recall correctly. Ooh, Bridge of Shielding. Pretty much no way that can be better than yeah, so this vault has it's a Sith altar vault. There's a bunch of these altar vaults in depths. Kind of most of the major gods have one. Newer gods won't because obviously they're too new. Nobody's made one yet. That's a good vault making project, by the way. If anybody wants to break into it, is making a depths altar vault, because you get to make a kind of a nasty encounter vault with a bunch of nasty monsters that are thematic to the god, and also loot that's appropriate, so it's a fun little theme exercise. I haven't actually made one of these yet. Mana Viper is a decent summon. Don't know if I'm really gonna have the patience to invest much though, because after we get to depths 5 we can pretty much win, so probably not. Unfortunately, we're not gonna have, well, we'll have Ornate, but we're not gonna have a lot of summons. Guess not always Ancient Lich. Oh yeah, I kind of wanted to get Recall. That can be somewhat helpful. Don't know why I'm... Whoop. By the way, nets. Oh wow, no nets in the game. Crazy. I guess I didn't get shoals, so... Shops. Oh baby, food. More food, hello. Not gonna starve to death this game. default. It's like basically designed so that you can't. Not better than my Dex gloves. Little Scroll of Summoning. Give me the legendary summoning deck now. I need some. I need him. Oh, Saint Roka. I should have suspected that. Down he goes. It's a hard time preaching through 52 AC. His words do not reach me. Son of a bitch. That's not doing very much good, is it? Especially not if you're gonna get dispelled anyway. Bitch, I got flanked by these guys. Let's make some more summons. It's doing the trick. Oh, Yori. What? Where are you all coming from? Annoying. Okay. Did this guy get paralyzed? Oh, petrified. Good. It's funny. Okay. Time to fall back a little bit.